Today's Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. The risk for severe weather is much higher than usual, so I'm going to read this to you. It's from the Storm Prediction Center from the National Weather Service of Norman, Oklahoma. This is the convective outlook for day one. This is for today. We have a moderate risk. A moderate risk means there's a number 4 from the 1 to 5 risk. It's a number 4, almost the highest. A moderate risk of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening for central and eastern Kentucky, southeast Indiana, southern Ohio, and far western West Virginia. A severe weather outbreak is possible through this evening over the Ohio Valley with a broader severe weather risk, including parts of the southeast. Strong and potentially long-track tornadoes are possible from Indiana and Ohio southward into the Mid-South. A threat for strong tornadoes may focus this evening into tonight across parts of Alabama and Georgia. For the Ohio-Tennessee Valley area through this evening, a complex scenario late this morning with ongoing convection across West Virginia. A trailing outflow to the west across Kentucky and another cluster of storms moving into the trailing outflow zone across Tennessee and Kentucky. The lead storms have produced damaging winds up to 92 miles per hour, though this line of storms should weaken near or just after midday as it encounters the remnant cool air wedge close to the West Virginia border. Now, it's already just a little bit after midday, but the storms further west will move along the remnant outflow zone, where surface temperatures are in the low to mid 70s with dew points between 65 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. A couple of the storms will likely become persistent supercells capable of producing tornadoes, some of which could be strong EF2 or EF3s. Given the already strong wind profiles, long photographs with effective SRH of 200 to 300 M2, that's S2, that is the reason why the tornadoes could be so strong. Uncertainty is relatively high for areas north of the ongoing Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia convection. The storms approaching Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky will tend to reinforce the earlier outflow, which will likely interfere with or limit destabilization this afternoon toward parts of Ohio, especially eastern Ohio. The corridor of richer low-level moisture from northeast Arkansas to southeast Missouri, immediately west of the Tennessee storms, suggests that air mass recovery will occur toward southern Illinois and southern and central Indiana by late morning into early afternoon, and southwest Ohio this afternoon. Strong, deep layer, shear, long photographs associated with an amplifying mid-level trough jet and a deepening surface cyclone will support the potential for fast-moving supercells capable of all severe weather hazards, including strong tornadoes where sufficient low-level warming and moistening occurs in the wake of the morning convection. As previously mentioned, the northeastern extent of the primary severe threat into Ohio is more uncertain given the ongoing convection to the south, but will trim the northeast edge of the MDT, probably maybe moderate storm risk area, but I'm not sure if MDT, it's just not, it slipped my mind right now, and expand some south, some to account for the outflow corridor, enhancing the tornado threat on the mesoscale across Kentucky. Eastern Alabama, western Georgia overnight in response to the amplifying mid-level trough deepening cyclone over the Mississippi-Ohio Valley. Deep layer flow and low-level moisture advection will increase tonight across Alabama and Georgia. A surge of upper 60s boundary layer dew points and strengthening low-level shear both appear supportive of supercell tornadoes overnight, and a broken band ahead of the synoptic cold front. An isolated strong tornado or two will be possible. The following city, the moderate risk covers a population of 9,111,605. These are some of the larger population centers within the risk area: Columbus, Ohio; Cincinnati, Ohio; Louisville, Kentucky; Lexington, Fayette, Kentucky; and Dayton, Ohio. For the enhanced risk, that covers the population of 23 million, Indianapolis, Indiana; Nashville, Tennessee; Atlanta, Georgia; Birmingham, Alabama; and Akron, Ohio. For the slight risk, it's 25 million, Memphis, Tennessee; Charlotte, North Carolina; Cleveland, Ohio; Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; and Toledo, Ohio. And for the marginal risk, 21 to 22 million, Baltimore, Maryland; Washington, D.C., Greensboro, North Carolina; Richmond, Virginia; and Arlington, Virginia. We do have parts of extreme southern Michigan that are in the marginal risk. Chicago is in a thunderstorm risk, but not in a severe thunderstorm risk. Regarding the tornado chances, tornado alone, there's a 15% chance for tornado activity for portions of Ohio. Some of the areas within the enhanced risk, some areas have a 15% chance for seeing a tornado. There's another area of a 10% or greater possibility of seeing an EF2 to to EF5 tornadoes, that's a 10% chance or greater, which covers, this is EF2 to EF5 within a much larger area. You can see the Storm Prediction Center's map from Norman, Oklahoma. The areas which would be affected in a certain way, in the most deadly impact, would be places which might have tornadoes overnight. And for those places, a weather radio, NOAA weather alert radio, is always the best way to go. Otherwise, you can have the Storm Shield app. The Storm Shield app is an excellent way for people who want to be advised of the latest warnings during the day.